try to make y'all comfortable. For the record, we ain't trying to grow then it's down for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the
Hey, it's your girl Zoe, aka Validated Beauty, back with you guys again for another awesome video. And today is Nail. And you guys should have already known that if you checked out my last video on this set I did. And today officially makes 2 weeks since these babies have been on, and I did an amazing job. So if you would like to see how I did this set, check out my last video. Go ahead, tap the link. But yeah, so like I said, it is time to do a new set. And today we're going to do a fill-in because you see, it is time. My nails have grown a decent little amount. And like I said, we'll be doing a fill-in. The products I will be using today, I have me some alcohol. I will be using that as my slip solution instead of the slip solution that comes with my Polygel kit. I will be using my nippers. I have me some jewels here from Modeling. This will be my first time using them. And it also comes with nail glue. I have my dehydrator and my primer. Nail glue, of course. Cuticle oil. Some more jewels. My wipes. Cuticle pusher. We're going to be using this today because I need to go ahead and take off 2 nails. I'm going to use this, and I will be using clear today as well. And then I will be using my Joytii polish here, gel polish. And I will also be using my Joytii nail lamp. To check out that unboxing on this Joytii products that I have, click the link in my top here or below. Click the link below or up top because that video will be there. I do have an unboxing on that. I will be using some cotton swabs. And again, I will be using these nail tips because I do need to go ahead, like I said, and take 2 of these nails off. I will also be using my nail drill today. If you guys want me to do an unboxing on this or a nail review on that, let me know in the comments and I will definitely do that for you guys because I am liking this drill thus far. And of course, I'll be using some acetone. I don't know how good it's going to be with taking off this polish, but you guys are about to see. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the nails that need to come off, and I will come back to you guys to take off the actual polish, and we're going to see how this goes. So, all right. So for this, I decided I was actually going to use my nail drill to go ahead and take off the polish because I didn't want to soak my nails in nail polish remover and take off my previous Polygel set. I just want to get the polish off. So I decided to use a more firmer grit so that it can actually get the polish off. I just felt like using the nail file would be a lot easier than going in and trying to take cotton swabs and getting off this polish because it actually is a lot thicker to me than regular polish, and it also had glitter specks in it. And if you guys know anything about polish, those glitter specks can be so hard to get off within that polish. So I just went ahead and just used the nail file for this to make it a lot easier and smoother for me, and to also get off some pieces that needed to come off that were kind of lifting on the edges, as you would see them do in the nail salon as well. I know everybody does not have a nail drill, so you can actually use a hand file for this process if you would like, or you can just take the cotton swab and some nail polish remover and try to go ahead and take off the nail polish. But like I said, this was just the choice that I chose to go with. You can also purchase like a $10 nail drill, handheld nail drill from Walmart that works pretty good as well. So yeah, this is the process of me just taking off all the polish off of my nails. As you can see at this point, I got the majority of it off. And then, of course, when you get done, go ahead and get all that excess polish off and polygel off. So now I'm just going to go in and find the nail tips that I need for the nails that I had to take off, so I can go on to the next step. And if you watched my previous video, you saw me go in with my nail drill and roughen up the inside of the nail tips so that they will fit a little bit smoother onto my real nails as well. So once I found the tips that I was going to use, I go ahead and prep my nails, all of my nails, and push back my cuticles. And I'm also going to go in and clip my cuticles as well. But I have like 2 or 3 of these cuticle pushers. I prefer this metal one a lot better. It works for me better than the plastic one. So just, go what works for you. So I bought this cuticle clipper and it is very sharp. So if you haven't used one before, definitely practice and be careful. So I didn't do a lot of clipping, but I did do a little where it was needed. So like I said, I'm just roughing up the inside of the nail tip just a little bit. It's going to help the glue stick to the inside a lot better, which is going to make the nail tip stick to my actual nail a lot better as well. You don't have to do this, but this is just what I do and what I've seen a couple of other people do. And it tends to actually work for me. So, yeah. So I go in with the nail file, the hand nail file, and I just shape the 2 nails that I have to replace. And I'm also going to take the nail file and try to just smoothen out the nail tip so that it fits nice and flush onto my real nail. Then I'm going to go in with just a little bit of nail polish remover. This one doesn't have acetone in it, and I'm just going to go ahead and take off the remaining little specks of polish that I had left on there. As you can see, it really wasn't that much. So I'm going to go ahead in with my nail primer and apply that to all of my nails. And you only put it onto the base of your nails. You do not put it onto the nail tip. Then I'm going to go in with the dehydrator and, well, the bond, and do the same thing only on my natural nails. I do not add it onto my tips. This is to just make the product stick onto your nails a lot better. They use this in the shops, and it definitely works, because without this, your nails are not going to last as long, ladies. So then I'm going to go ahead in with the base coat. You do need a base coat for Polygel, and you just add a thin layer onto all of your nails, and you're going to go ahead and cure it for 30 seconds. So just a thin layer. You do not have to be heavy-handed with this part, because you do add Polygel on top of this. So just cure it for 30 seconds, literally, and then boom, you do your next hand. So I'm using alcohol, 90% alcohol instead of slip solution, because the alcohol for me just works a lot better. It doesn't cause a lot of bubbles and all of that. But of course, you can use either or. And then you just take your brush and get it ready and wet and loosen it up for when it's time to use it. And you see, I only literally used a little bit of the alcohol for this. You don't need a lot. So then for the fill-in, I just take a little dab of the Polygel and I apply it directly to the base of my nails where I need to do the fill-in at, and I just brush up. I dip the brush into the slip solution or the alcohol, and I just rub up. Just drag it up the entire nail. You do not need a lot of Polygel for your fill-in, which means you're not using a lot of alcohol either, but you want to make sure your brush is wet with either slip solution or alcohol so that the Polygel does not stick to your nails, well, to the brush. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat this step again. Add a little dab. And I'm not using a smaller dab on this nail because this is a nail that was messed up. So I'm going to use a bigger dab of the Polygel, start it at the base, and then just drag it up. And once I notice that the Polygel is beginning to stick to the brush, I go in and get a little bit more solution so that it doesn't. But when it comes to Polygel, you really do not need a lot. With this kit, it comes with 6 Polygels, and I've had it for about a year. This is probably my 3rd or 4th set, and this is a fill-in. So you do not need to use a lot of the product. So when you're using a tip, you just want to make sure that the Polygel is on there and not lumpy and bumpy, because if you don't go back and look at it, you will probably have some lumps or some bumps. So you just want to make sure you're putting enough on there in the right places and dragging it to the correct areas. So again, for the fill-in portion, you just take a small dab of the Polygel. I apply it directly to the nails instead of using the scraper, because I just feels like that's just going to cause more of a mess having Polygel on the other end of this stick. So I don't use that at all. A little dab, a little solution, and drag up. and that is how you get your fill-in. And you repeat this step on all 10 of your nails for your fill-in, ladies. Like, it is so easy to do a fill-in with Polygel, especially if you're just doing, if you added just like gel polish on top, or if you added regular nail polish on top, you could just take that layer of gel polish or nail polish off and begin with your fill-in. If you used a color polygel, it would not be as easy because you would actually probably need to take off the entire nail, unless you're going to use a darker color or gel polish on top. So yeah, like I said, it's not that hard to do a fill-in using Polygel. I think doing a fill-in with a Polygel is a lot easier than laying it down using the tip to begin with, because it takes a little bit more time and focus just to make sure you don't have any lumps and bumps anywhere. I mean, you have to make sure here that there are no lumps and bumps as well, but you're using such a small amount, you really won't get that as much. But you just do this on all 10 of your fingers, and as you've seen, I did have to lay Polygel down on 2 fingers because I broke 2 nails. So that was that. And then there's a little bit of polish still there on the side, but I will be putting some gel polish on top, so it's not really going to even show, so I wasn't really worried about that. So I'm doing all of my nails first before I go ahead and cure one nail at a time, because it's just going to be a lot quicker this way than stopping and letting them cure each nail for 30 seconds. But if you're comfortable with doing it this way, then go ahead. But if you want to go ahead and stop in between each nail and cure each nail, that's perfectly fine as well. It's just going to take a lot longer with those 30-second breaks in between each nail. So I went ahead and cured them, of course, and then there is a tacky layer that you need to wipe off when it comes to the Polygel after you cure them, and it comes with little wipes for this. So I just did this on this hand so that when I start on my next hand, it doesn't stick to the other side. So then I go ahead and, repeat the exact same thing on the next hand. Like I said, on this finger here, of course, I'm using more because this was one that I had to re-add a tip on because it broke. So repeat the exact same process over again. So I'm just going in with my hand file and filing some of the nails just a little bit more so they're a little bit crisp and not sharp. Make sure that Polygel didn't mess up anything. And then going in with the buffing block, of course, making sure there aren't any lumps or bumps afterwards, and do that step. And then I'm going to go ahead in with my nail drill here close to my cuticles and just get some of that product off of my cuticles as they would do in the shop. You do not have to do this part if you don't have an electric nail file, it's perfectly fine because they do look okay without having to do this part, but I just told you to do that. So you're going to go in with your top coat here and apply a thin layer here onto the nails. Well, actually, sorry, this is my base coat because I will be using a polish over this. And you're going to let them cure again for 30 seconds on both hands. So this is the color that I decided to use. It's like a little baby blue color, very, very pretty. And you can do 2 layers of this on your nails. Because sometimes it can be a little bit see-through. So you want to go ahead and add your first layer, cure it, and then take your hand out and look at it again and see if you need to add a second layer or a third layer. It just depends on how thick you want it to look, and all of that. Be careful with gel polish because it does look like regular polish, but it's definitely thicker. It does dry a little bit thicker, and there will be smudges and everything like that if you use too much in one area. So be careful when you're laying down your gel polish. So I'm going in with my Modelings gel glue here. Man, this brush was like super stiff. But that's why you always clean your brushes when you get them. I have jewels as well. They came with it. This is just like the nail gel glue. And then I use these other rhinestones a lot in my videos, as you guys have seen. So I'm going to take my dapping dish again because this brush was ridiculous. I'm going to take it and go ahead and clean it. And you guys see how flexible it is afterwards. It was like really ridiculous, y'all. So I just want to show you guys what this glue actually looks like because it is really thick and it does keep your rhinestones on, ladies, like for sure. So I'm going to show you the process that I'm going to use to put the rhinestones on. I usually just use a top coat. You can use a top coat as well to keep your rhinestones on, but for like bigger jewels and for more design, you can use the rhinestone glue gel. So I'm just gonna go in here and add some of the top coat, and then I'm gonna add a small dab and a layer of the gel onto my nails as well. All right, guys, so this is how thick the gel is. Like I said, it's definitely a good consistency for bigger rhinestones. So like I said, added the top coat and then took just a small dab of this, as you can see, and just added it right on top of that top coat at the base where I'm going to put my rhinestones at. And then I just cleaned it off and set it down because I didn't want my brush to get really sticky. And then I just added the little rhinestone picker upper into the alcohol just a little bit so I could pick up the rhinestones, but it didn't work out the first time, so I had to dip again. I always thought these things were kind of magnet for some odd reason. I don't know. This is my first time using it, but I just knew it did need a little extra something on it to pick the stuff up with. It definitely made picking up rhinestones a lot easier, but doing rhinestones is so time consuming. I think putting down your rhinestones and your jewels are more time consuming than laying down the actual product. So this is what I basically started off with, and then the next day I went ahead and added more rhinestones because I just like it looked a little bit too plain for me. So this is what I have just like so far. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put the top coat onto the next nails, on the ones that I wasn't going to add the rhinestones on, so that they'll just be on there and I don't have to go back and backtrack that. And then you can go ahead and cure your nails at this point on the ones you have the rhinestones on, because honey, they will start moving, and then you're going to have to go in with those rhinestones again and fix them, and that's not fun. So alright guys, so I'm officially done with my nails, and this is the outcome. And I actually really like them. The only thing that I don't like about them is this. That looks super tragic. So I'm gonna do that one over. Like, I polished it, put the jewels on and everything, but this is about to come off. Gonna go ahead and redo this because this, nope, I can't work with it. All of the other ones look really good. Like, really good. This fill-in with Polygel is like super, super, super easy. Like I said, I haven't started on acrylic yet, but I would love for it to be as, why is my camera moving? As easy as this. So yeah, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Instagram at Melanated Beauty for updates on new videos, for Cash App giveaways, all of that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think about these. Comment below and let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm gonna redo this, so ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. But Polygel fill-in was easy. Peace, love, and hair grease.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record.